Hello. We'll give everybody a couple minutes to get in. I see a new name, Dia Eden.
Dia. Dia Eden. Hi, Dia.
Oh,
Welcome.
yeah, it
Welcome,
usually
everybody.
takes everybody a couple minutes to land in here, but we appreciate people coming and seeing us. Hello, Angie. Angie's a familiar
Hi,
face.
Angie. Yeah.
And
This is Eyes of Indigo,
yes.
our once weekly podcast of conversations led by Iris.
Well, you're just as much a part of it, Margot.
And navigator and pilot. That's, I'm up here. I'm on your side, honey. I'm in the front seat with you. Angela Noel. Hi. It's been a long time. If you're the Angela Noel, I think you are. Looking forward to hearing Kim. Oh,
Hey,
good.
Yeah.
And tonight we have Kim McAllister of Rainbow Wings Consulting. And she is going to speak with us about communicating with angels, especially from her perspective. Yeah. And her experiences.
We're very excited. And and tonight's program is called Calling All Angels. So yes.
And there we are.
Yes, there we are.
All three of us.
Yeah. But
Iris with angels.
But for everybody that's coming in, we want you to know that you're welcome to ask questions, put comments in the. It's mirrored,
That
so
way.
I can't. Yeah, Margot's better at it than I am. Into
in the comments section, talk to us. Deborah.
Yes, hello, Deborah. Happy
Sister.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, Turkey Day tomorrow. But we're willing, we'll take questions, comments. I can even do things like yay. And
you up there whether you want to or not.
Yes. There you go. So
yeah, you're a friend of Kim's too. Yay.
Yeah. So but we appreciate both the people who have been with us before coming, and we love to see new people come in and old friends be here. So it's just a regular gathering, and we greatly appreciate y'all being here. So
can you name some of the medias that we're on now besides YouTube and Facebook?
We are on. Well, I take the audio from this and put it on Spotify and on iTunes. And you can also go to my website, iriscarter.com, and there's blog posts where sometimes I add comments to kind of give a little bit of background of what we talked about, or maybe add some thoughts to it, just whatever strikes me at the moment, and put that in there. And that's how it gets sent to Spotify and iTunes. So you can listen to it there. It's recorded and put on Facebook. Our Facebook page is Eyes of Indigo. And then, so basically, if you Google Eyes of Indigo podcast, you'll find us. We're getting out there. So yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So let's turn it over to Kim. Welcome.
Hi,
there she is.
Hi. Thank you guys for the
Hi,
invitation
sweetie.
to come on and talk about angels today. So
we are happy to have you anytime.
Yes.
Thank you.
Kim and I have known each other, Lord, since God first burped.
That's the only thing. Was that on the seventh day after he had his beer?
That was the clean version of what I thought of. Sorry. Kim, what
20 years.
Yeah, I was going to say we're right around 2000, so it's been at least 20 years.
Yeah.
We met in Greensboro, an Eclectic by Nature shop. Yeah, back when it was.
I missed my appointment with you, and because I got lost, and whoever
so you got moved in the schedule.
of the day said, you need this appointment with Margot more than I do because she was a friend of yours. It might have been Courtney.
Probably.
And
Yeah.
she gave me her last appointment of the day. And I think we were there for 2 hours just talking. You know, it was like,
Wow.
Yeah. We connected in so many ways.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
and in honor of Kim, I can't show it because of the screen, but I put my angel wings up there behind me.
yeah.
Yay! I'll be here.
So, yes. Fly
Freaking go like this.
away.
There you go. Yeah, yeah, that was, the thumbs probably look better. Yes, we got to act like idiots a little bit here, but so the two of you had a chance to talk a little bit about structure for this evening. So fire away. Yeah.
Well, I guess one of the first things we want to talk about is, what are we talking about when we talk about angels tonight, Kim?
So, what I think of when I talk about angels are heavenly beings. I know a lot of people say, my father died, my aunt died, my grandma is now up in heaven and is now my guardian angel. That's not what I connect with when I'm talking angels. I'm talking about those heavenly beings, guardian angels who were created specifically as your personal um, angel on this journey of you being here on earth, and the archangels. Okay, that's who I specifically connect with. And the archangels are a little bit above the guardian angels. Okay, they're more Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, those angels that you've heard about, the Gabriel from the Bible. You know, those are who I'm talking
Metatron, Uriel,
about. Uriel, Zadkiel, Sandalphon,
rattle
Raphael.
off some of the popular ones. Yeah.
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 So yeah, you've got all of those guys. So those are the angels that I'm talking about. To me, when someone in your family crosses over into a spirit realm, I don't think of that person as being your guardian angel. I would think of them as more of a guide for you from the other side. So that's my sort of clarification. Mhm. Does
Okay.
that?
That makes sense.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. That makes sense. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I do need to tell a quick story on you, because I just think it was just such a cool story. Kim came. I was working at the Creative Center in Greensboro, and we had space, and that was when y'all were Louisville was having their monthly meetings. I never can remember the name of it.
Journey of the Spirit.
Journey of the Spirit.
Yeah.
And Kim had been invited to speak, and I wanted to see it, even though I worked at the center and I handled the rentals and stuff like that. I still wanted to be there to see it. And the
And
room
this
they were
was
meeting
years
in,
ago.
yeah, this was
Mhm.
probably
Years
what,
ago.
10 years at least, about.
Yeah, 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
No, wouldn't be 15 because I've been married for 10 and I left Greensboro 10. So
8
right
years ago.
around 8, yeah, 8 to 11 years ago. Yeah.
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 And
So,
my office was right next to the room where we were meeting. But I stepped out of my office and I was sitting in a chair in the back of this room. And Kim comes in, and I saw her and, kind of waved, and she was getting set up. When the meeting started, and there was probably at least 40 people there. I know we were packed.
It was,
And Kim said, before I start, I want to tell everybody. She said, I have a message. When I walked out in my yard, there was this angel that was about 7 feet tall standing in my yard. And he said, just tell them my name and the person will know who it's for. And she said, his name is Ashanti. And I went, I think that's mine. But I didn't want to blurt it out, because then I thought, no, somebody else will claim him and then I'll look like an idiot. And so I sat there and I thought, I'll wait. But I remember I had an instance before where somebody else had given me the same name. So I knew, I was pretty
The
sure that
same
was it.
name, and you didn't say anything.
And I didn't say, yeah. So I'm like, I'm sure that's him, but I'm not going to say anything yet. I'll just, and you even made a remark about if, think about it, but he belongs to somebody in here. And so I'm sitting there, and my office door was cracked open, and there was nothing in there. We didn't have vermin, nothing like that. And I started hearing some stuff moving around and paper rattling. And I just I looked and I listened, got a little, and I said, "Yes, I know it's you. I'll tell her when she's done." And it stopped. Everything got quiet. And I was able to enjoy the talk. And then afterwards I said, "I think that's my angel." And you said, "Yeah, because you were the first person I saw when I came in here. And I figured it was you." And he's still with me.
That's
Very
good.
cool.
Yeah.
He's going to be with you.
Yeah, he's my go-to one. I mean, I know I've got two others that are primarily, and I've had one come and go, but yeah. But I think that's just so cool that,
And I did not remember that until the other night when we were talking. And you were like, "Oh, you remember that?" I was like, "Oh my God, that was so long ago."
yeah.
Yeah. Time
Yeah.
flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
indeed.
when you have angel wings.
Right.
Woo! That's great.
So okay, so
Good
Kim,
story.
yeah, it's
Really
just
good.
it was just wonderful.
Hi,
Um
Teresa.
yeah. So from there, we kind of know the baseline of what you're talking about. You're talking about the real deal
The
type of
heavenly
angst.
beings, I know people have deceased loved ones up there, and that's great, but that's not the group we're talking about tonight.
That's a
Yeah.
different set of spiritual guides.
Yeah.
Different style,
That's a
different type,
different vibration
different
too.
vibration. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. The source is
Yeah.
different, the vibration is different.
Right.
Yeah. And
Well,
and if
that's
that doesn't make any,
comes up.
if somebody doesn't understand that when we talk about the vibration and all, ask
Make a
it.
comment. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Because
write in the comments and let us know. Yeah.
yeah. But so Kim, tell us, how did you get into
How did I
this?
get into angels? So, ever since I was little, I would just hear things, feel things, just kind of sense things, and everybody would say, "Oh no, you can't hear that, you can't see that," and so I kind of put it in the back of my mind, like, "Ooh, go away," and as I got older, I kind of realized that I was talking to somebody or something. It didn't scare me, as I was getting older and was kind of learning more about it. And so I started inviting whatever it was back. I was like, "Okay, you can come, you know. And then I kept hoping that I'd be hearing these conversations again. And I think it was about year 2000, 2002 when I met Margot, that she actually said to me, "Do you know that you like talk to angels and you're going to be giving people readings and you're going to be doing all this stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah," you know, and but I hadn't seen them. They hadn't come back yet, but she told me it was coming. And
Mm,
I just remember praying that when they did come back, that it came kind of subtly, so that way I wasn't freaked out about it, because at the time I had three small children. I
yeah.
was working full time. I had a new puppy in the house, and I was just like, I cannot handle that. You know, I need it to come in easy. And and I was lying in bed one day. It was about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I remember being woken up, and I remember, the scene in the Ten Commandments when death comes in and it's that like green fog kind of comes over
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that sort of fog, but it's like in the old crayon box, the color periwinkle. It was like a little
Yeah.
bluish
Soft blue.
color. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I see this coming down the street and stops at my window, comes in. Now everybody's sleeping but me. And it was summertime. And I remember seeing this fog rolls in and it turns into a hand. And the hand is the hand of God. And I'm sitting in this hand, and he's like, hey, you're doing really pretty good. So, I'm really
Yeah.
happy with everything you're doing, and things are going to get really cool for you now. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I went back to bed, and I'm like, did I dream that? Um, but ever since then, it's like I started seeing angels. So a little bit after that, again, I'm in bed, and my daughter was really young at the time, and she had these awful skin things like on her feet and her hands and stuff. And we'd go over to the dermatologist, and they'd give her all these creams, and I'm like, there has to be something else. And one day, this angel shows up at the end of my bed and starts telling me, this is what you need to do. And I'm like, oh, and it was a female angel. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And I go back to bed. And the next day, I'm thinking, did I dream that? Or was I really awake? Go into the shower, and I'm like, look, if that was really you, I can't remember what you said. Show me, do some. And dang, if it didn't happen again, where they showed me what they had talked about the night before. They had said you need vitamin
Cool.
E, tea tree oil, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden my shampoo bottle turns from whatever it was into tea tree shampoo. I'm like, dang, tea tree, so that kind of was really cool. And then I had another time where I was at my parents' house up in Connecticut, and um, I actually was at their favorite restaurant with them, and I
Yeah.
choked. Now, I know you've heard this story, Margo.
Love this
Yeah.
story.
And it's wild. Yeah. Give us all the details, Kim. Don't skip stuff.
So we go to my parents' favorite restaurant, and I'm so excited because they live right on the coast of Connecticut, and I'm in North Carolina, and I was missing some seafood. So I have this wonderful scallop dish with breadcrumbs and everything. I choked on one of the breadcrumbs, and I left my body, and I raised up above, and I saw the entire table. I saw everything.
You
Top,
were looking down.
I'm looking down, and it was as if the color kind of came down, like there was a curtain or
Okay.
something. It was
You mean
so
color
cool.
came down? You mean it got black and white?
It got
Or
black and white and went to like that grayscale kind of thing.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it color below, black and white. And then I'm looking off, and I'm seeing like this tunnel, and all these beings are lined up. And I can't see who they are, but I could sense them.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking to me, and I heard them perfectly. And it was like, oh, you can either come with us, or if you want to stay and take on like a new role, you can stay here, but it's going to be up to you. And I went back and forth. I'm going through, well, if I go, that would be really cool. But then my kids are little, and, my husband and my sons would have to meet my coffin at the airport. And I'm going through this whole list. And
That's so Kim.
it was
So
so
you, because
crazy.
you are. You're a pencil
I was
pusher
like, do, do,
full
do.
time.
And I
Yeah,
remember
you're
you
like,
saying something about it's my parents' favorite restaurant.
Yes, it was my parents' favorite
that was the
restaurant.
clincher for why she decided not
How
to die.
they can't ever go back to this restaurant if I die
She
in this restaurant.
didn't want to ruin her parents' favorite restaurant by dying in it. Now, is that a thoughtful child or what?
So I came back into my body. Boom, I'm there. And it was like no time at all had happened. And I thought it had been like half an hour. I'm like, oh my God, and my parents had absolutely no clue. Nothing had happened. I'm like, didn't you know? I was like choking and left my body and saw you guys. And they're like, no, they had no idea. So,
So I'm guessing you didn't fall out of your chair. You just stayed where you were.
yeah, I stayed right where I was, and I'm thinking they can tell I can't breathe. They were clueless.
But your consciousness was
I,
elsewhere, yeah. And
I,
theirs was too, apparently. Yeah.
but I ended up, it was like that was right after this whole other encounter, and it just kind of, the floodgates opened, and I started seeing angels. Um, when we went to angel light healing
Yeah.
initiation,
Yeah.
Margot was with me, and I saw these angels and I knew them. And I don't know their names to this day. Um, I didn't, I still don't know their names, but one was dressed in blue, one was dressed in pink, and they were like, "Hi, honey, we're so glad you're there. We're so glad you can see us." And it was like I was just good friends with them. So
Oh, yeah.
it's I just love this, you know.
Oh,
Um,
that's very sweet. That's very
You got a
sweet.
you got a
I'm
couple of
seeing the questions.
Yeah, you got a couple of questions.
somebody says,
Um,
do angels have wings?
yes. Well,
Do all
yes, but
angels have wings?
no.
Right.
Um, so a lot of times what they'll do is they're so bright and we're so used to having that image in our minds as
With
humans
the corona, yeah, with the
that,
corona. Right.
yeah, we're so used to seeing all that that's how they come. If that's what you're expecting to see for an angel, then that's what you'll see. If that would freak you out and instead you need to see a young child, with wings or something else, then that's how they'll come to you. They will meet you where you are at. Okay.
That makes
So
sense.
you don't have to be afraid. The thing about angels is angels are not here to freak you out, to
Right.
scare you. Um, it, they are here
Well, the
to
kind of
help
angels you deal
you.
with are not here to freak you
Yes,
out.
yes. The angels that I
Not
deal
that kind of
with
angel.
are here to just completely make your life better and help guide you
Yeah.
as long as you let them. So, to that point, it's good for you to realize that you have free will. And you can actually so you can actually invite the angels in to work with you. So if you're not allowing the angels to come in, they're going to respect your free will and kind of stay away. However, if you're in a life or death situation, then they'll jump in for you.
Intercede. Intercede. Yeah.
So my advice is to just welcome them in. You can ask every day, "Hey, help me out if you see I need it. I'd love your guidance during the day." I ask for parking spaces. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Hey, could you maybe give me a close parking spot? It's raining outside. I don't feel like walking." And most often I find a really good parking spot.
Yeah,
So
it's a that's a manifesting thing.
yeah,
I think
Yeah.
Liz has a good question for you here.
yeah.
It's for Kim. It says the angel changed your shampoo to tea tree oil to get the point
Yeah.
across,
So
or
what it did
literally,
was,
or
as
did it
I
change, or did it
was
transition back? Yeah,
Yeah,
good question.
what happened was I had a shampoo bottle in the shower with me, and it was not a tea tree oil shampoo, but the label changed to show tea tree oil. And then it
Wow.
went back.
Yeah.
Once I got it, I was like, oh, that's right. You wanted me to use tea tree oil and vitamin E. But I couldn't remember the vitamin E part. So I get the tea tree oil, and I'm like, and there was something else. And they showed me my grandmother's bedroom because she always used to keep in her top drawer of the mirror. You know, she had one of
Yeah,
those mirror dressers that she had a little bench
a
with her
little
makeup
vanity.
Dressing
on,
table. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
And in her drawer, she always had a little bottle of vitamin E oil. And they took me to her room, and I could see the drawer with the vitamin E oil, and made the connection there in the shower. The tea tree oil shampoo, and the label did change back to whatever it was
There
once I
you
realized
go.
that's what it was. But yeah, it was very cool.
You got
Very.
another
Fascinating details.
question. Do you get to keep your angels when you cross over, or do they get recycled to someone else?
Oh, that is a great question. Um, I don't know for sure, but my feeling on it is that these angels are made specifically for you. And so they're going to stay and be your friends as you cross over.
Except for the,
Archangels.
yeah.
And
Well,
the
think about what the word
archangels,
arc means. Arc means overall.
yeah.
And that's what they do. They support the angels that vibrate lower than them, and they support the humans that vibrate lower than them, yada, the cherubim and all that. But archangel, that's what it means. Arc means over, arcing overall.
I
And
never
the
thought about
archangels
that.
can be with
Hmm.
anybody at any time. There's
They're
no
omnipotent.
time
Yeah,
or space or anything. So, I can ask for an archangel to come hang out with me. Iris and Margot can ask at the same time. They'd be there. They can be across the world. They can be with everybody in the world at the same time without taking away from anyone.
right. Absolutely.
Skills. They got
Yeah,
skills.
They're great
that's
multitaskers.
good. That's a good way to put it. That's a good way. So, Kim, I've got a
Ah,
question. I've got a question for you too. And it's sort of a philosophical one that we there's not really a way to know until someday
Yeah.
after we pass on and can get out back out there in the ethers, or we can go meditate very deeply and get out there in the ethers. But based on what you've experienced and what they've showed you, can you talk to us a little bit about the similarities and or differences between what we perceive as ETs and what we perceive as angels? Where do those two concepts and or beings cross over, or do they? Could you comment on that?
So, what I get is a different vibration from both of them. Um, and it's funny because I
It's hard to explain these abstract concepts. I get it. Yeah. Take your
that's why
so
time.
so many.
Whoop, go ahead,
so
Iris.
So that's why so
yeah.
many. I messed up my screen. Why so many times when we hear um the comments like, oh, you wouldn't understand, from higher beings, it's too hard to explain in our terms. But go ahead, try, Kim.
Oops.
ETs are extraterrestrials. Sorry, Lisa Clark asked a good question. I'm sorry to jump in, but that's a pertinent question. What are ETs? I'm saying ET meaning extraterrestrials, meaning beings that exist um, on in other dimensions and or other planets and or other spaces out in the cosmos besides the Earth, which is the word terrestrial. So extraterrestrial beings that don't live on Earth normally.
ET.
ETs, yeah. So Kim, please, I'm sorry I interrupted, but please
Oh, no,
continue.
no.
Yeah.
That's so, um, I vibrationally feel things very differently
Hmm.
from them. Um, so I'm not really sure how, if there is crossover, or if there is, how to describe it. Because most of the time, I mean, I have seen in some cases some extraterrestrials, not not often. So
Well, by definition, they are extraterrestrials. Extraterrestrial being something that does not live on Earth, that does not exist as a human or an animal or a plant on Earth. So, by definition, but that's a
they,
technical thing. That's a
yeah,
technical thing, right? That's just semantics.
vibrationally, it's so different.
Vibrationally, you're talking about something, yeah, there's a further delineation, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's something interesting that brings up: do other beings and other places have the same angels we do?
Mm-hmm. Yes, they do. Because I talked to them. Some of their, I can answer that one. Some angelics we share with other off-planet beings, and some we don't. Because, like what Kim was saying earlier, they really are individualized at certain levels to what that being needs and what that being can and can't understand, and what vibration they're at, and what spiritual development level they're at, and whatever. So some beings but that's the same thing as here on Earth. You're going to have a different set of guidance than, say, somebody who's brought up in a temple in in the deepest of China, or up in the mountains of India. So same thing with off planet. Their angelics are not going, or some of them are the same and some of them are not. But also, as Kim also said, they're going to look different and appear differently depending on your cultural expectation.
True.
So, Archangel Michael might look like John Travolta in a long black leather coat and long curly black hair, that gorgeous movie to us. But to an Arcturian, somebody mentioned Arcturian in the comment section. To an Arcturian, Archangel Michael's going to look like something else altogether.
And Arcturians are ETs for anybody who doesn't know.
Yeah, it's one type of ET. There's billions of types. But thank you, Kim. Thank you for going there and delving into that little weird, mysterious place for us a little bit. So somebody else, I know, Iris, you got eyes on the screen there. Teresa Cotrone, I think she's a friend of yours, Kim.
Yeah. No.
And she mentions her journey with her mother. When her mother was pregnant, she got multiple sclerosis. And she gets to see them, and she still does.
I think
very cool.
Wonderful.
And Dia also sees ETs and angelics when she does. Apparently, she enjoys astral travel. And so that's a good question. Kim, do you have any practices in your personal life that are like astral travel or a meditation that's related to this, the angelic stuff, or anything you want to feel like along those lines you'd like to share or describe?
I don't.
Well, I remember you used to get in the bathtub, and now you got in that, and then you went and got in the hot tub a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are my places. It's like my spirit places. Like I said, I was in the shower when I got that first message, about the tea tree oil and stuff.
Yeah.
And the way it freaked me out a little bit, because I'm like, did they see me naked? No, they don't really,
Yes.
It's like, they don't look. So the water amplifies for me all of everything that I get. So it used to be where I could be in the bathtub or the shower and really get a lot of messages, a lot of clarity. Now, a lot of times I'll be outside in the hot tub and I can look at the trees, the sky, the moon, the clouds. I'm out there all the time and it just comes. I can see the colors of the sunset and know, like, oh, that's this angel and I'm getting a message. Or I'll start hearing a song, and then it'll show me the face of somebody. I'm like, oh, this message is for you. And I had that happen one time, and I emailed this lady and said, "Hey, just want to tell you, got a message from the angels for you," because I knew she wouldn't be freaked out. Sometimes
Good.
I get these messages and I don't send them out right away because people would get freaked out. And
Oh,
I've learned that unless they ask me, for information, a lot of times I will just hold it till they're ready to hear it and they ask. So this lady I knew would be very happy. And I sent her a message and I said, "I am getting this song and I'm told that it's for you." And she was pretty much blown away because she said she hates that song. And every time she needs to know that she's got her gang with her, they play that song for her. And so,
oh,
and she was at that point where she was just like, "I need a sign." And then she got this email saying, "Hey, this is a song that you're supposed to," and I'm thinking, "Oh, it's a great song." She's like, "Oh, I can't stand that song."
do you remember
And
what
that
the song
was
was?
What a Wonderful World.
What a
Because,
wonderful world. Yeah,
yeah,
Louis Armstrong.
yeah.
You got cool.
Oh,
You got some more questions.
all right.
And Iris, I think on the in the chat room for her.
Yeah.
Denise,
Angie asks, do people get to become angels? And you kind of talked about this at the beginning, but it'd be good to reiterate. Do people get to become angels after they die, or are humans totally different?
The way that I perceive angels, I do not see people becoming angels after they die. I see them going to school and becoming guides. I don't see them.
it's a
Um,
different kind of being,
right,
spiritual guide. Yeah.
right. I see them becoming spiritual guides for other people versus angelic because the angels have a totally different vibration that's a lot higher vibrating than humans. So even when you cross over, you're not going to go into that. You go to a higher level than here on Earth, but
Your energy can eventually evolve, but you rarely go straight from human into angelic
yeah,
levels. That's too big of a jump for most humans. Yeah.
yeah,
We also got, do you hear and speak to your angels? I guess
yes,
your own. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm assuming Denise is asking you that, Kim. Yeah.
So I will hear angels. I'll get messages from them often, um,
Do
and I
you
will.
speak to them?
Oh yeah,
That was
yeah.
part of her question. Yeah. I know
I
you
speak
ask
to
for
them
things, but do you have
all.
other conversations with them?
Oh yeah, I have. I have total conversations with them. Sometimes I hear them answer me in a voice. Sometimes it doesn't come as a voice, but it'll come as a feeling
Right.
or
Clairsentience, a knowing.
yeah, I will. The message comes through the way that I'll receive it. You know, how can I explain this?
No,
So,
you're clear. It's similar to the fact that they show up and look like what we expect. Well, our listening filters do the same thing as our vision filters do. You're going to hear the message that you need, and two people might hear the exact same angel and get two different interpretations because
exactly.
your own
And
filter came
it's
through.
funny, I used to see messages. I used to be much more clairvoyant than I am
Hmm.
now. And
Okay.
as soon as I kind of got that, they switched to clairaudience, which is
Yeah. Yeah.
hearing messages.
Right.
Okay. Um, so it's clairaudience is you're hearing messages. Clairvoyance is you're seeing things. Clairsentience is where you feel something,
Or
and
know it. Yeah.
claircognizance is it
Right.
just kind of it's a clear knowingness. Um, I do not get the claircognizance quite as much as
You will.
other people. Oh, good, good to
Yeah, it's
know.
on the agenda for you. Just
So,
saying.
alrighty, and I will greatly accept it. So,
Absolutely. So Dia has a few questions in here, and she says, "Can angels be reincarnated to humans?" And she also
uh,
says she experiences him as no face and skinny and tall.
That's
So,
Michael.
well,
yep, as Michael.
But
Yeah, I'm
that's
sorry.
her perception
Her
then.
experience. Yeah, which
yeah.
is which. So, if yeah, Kim, the question, go ahead and answer that if you'd like.
So, so
Can angels
angels can
reincarnate?
come down here as humans. You know how you hear sometimes about um, someone's at an accident scene, and helps out and does whatever
Nurses
to
in the
do it.
hospitals that disappear.
Yes,
Yeah,
you know. So yes, they can come down and be in human form, and
but they stay? I don't
some
think they do. Yeah, not for
some
long,
might stay for a little bit, but not usually
for a
for a
lifetime.
long time. You
Yeah,
know, they might come for a short time to help you or help a situation move forward.
yeah.
So, in my experience, anyway. So, what
Cool.
was the
Very
other?
cool. Very
Uh,
cool.
I think Dia also has a question about the vibration in the air being different. And that happens when angels are around. You will feel a shift in air pressure. It's just a little bit different. Or in my experience, I get that. Um,
You need to share what you were telling Margot and I about um angels when they want to get you to do something.
so, so one of my friends actually came up with this phrase, and I love it because it so truly is. It's called a wing slap. And so for me, I had a wing slap and my friend who came up with this is Christine Alexandria from Angel Chatter. So
Ah,
for all of you who know Angel Chatter, that's her. That's her little thing. Yeah. When when your guardian angel is feeling like the picture on the screen, just holding his head like, oh my God, when's she gonna get this? They can give you a wing slap and it can get you moving in the right direction. I had that happen to me. I kept getting for several years. I had to start writing. I had to start writing. I'd get a reading and they'd say, "Oh, you have to start writing." I'd pull cards for myself and writing always came out. But I did not want to create my own deck of cards. I didn't want to write a book. I didn't want to I tried writing a blog. That didn't work. And finally, one day it was like this bolt of lightning wing slap across my face going, do a newsletter. Just do a newsletter. And so I did a newsletter, and that was my wing slap to kind of get things going. So, so if you ever feel like you're getting a kick in the butt, that might just be a wing slap instead of a kick in the butt.
So you've basically coined this term, the wing slap, or did you hear it somewhere else
I
first?
I heard it from Christine Alexandria,
Okay.
and I just use that now. I just tell everybody it's a wing slap. So,
And they
so
understand already, don't they?
yeah, yeah, it's a wing slap from your angels. Get off your butt, do it. So
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
Very cool. Time
yeah.
does fly. We're all the way up to 10:16 now. Oh, there
oh
you go.
wow.
There's another one.
Behold, an angel of the Lord appears. It's two peacocks, a white one, albino, and
And it looks like an angel.
Oh
yes, it
god.
does. One more I'll share with you, and then I'll stop throwing these up. But I just feel like they're so appropriate. Let's see. Here we go. Behold, an angel. The ants on the ground seeing a fly.
Seeing a fly do his business. Yeah.
Yeah. So and there's one where you said where there's a mouse that's looking at
watching
a bat flying.
watching a bat take off, and it says, "Look, an
Angels.
angel." Yeah, which gives you a real perspective about how what we perceive commercially, Hollywood version of what we think angels are. That people
Yeah.
typically see them, or assume that they're basically, dead humans with extra lights around their head and shoulders, when actually they're not. I mean, they're very, very keen to the human experience, but they're not humans per se. And
And most times they will look
I don't think most of them have experienced a human body besides,
just a quick maybe.
just visiting in one to
Right.
complete a task.
Right.
Right.
Dia mentions that seeing numbers, and I've heard it associated with angels, and I've heard other reasons, but when we see the 111 or
Repetitive numbers.
1111, yeah.
444 is the angel number that's most out there. 444. I have two numbers that I know when I see these two numbers over and over, I know that that's my angels. And my numbers are 404 and 414. So
414. Yeah.
404 and 414, even more so than 444 or 111. So when you see those repetitive numbers, that is the angels trying to get your attention to let you know, hey, we're trying to give you some information. So
If they're emphasizing it.
Deanna,
They don't give you the 411.
You had to go there.
I did.
Deanna is
Deanna is an
very
angel person
Jesus.
too, and she's mentioning there's always exceptions, and she's mentioning some exceptions that she knows of. Go ahead, Kim.
Right. It's Metatron and Sandalphon. So thank you, Deanna, for bringing that up because they were able to ascend into angels.
Eventually, yeah.
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 Yeah. They
Yeah, I
were brought
forgot.
up.
Yeah, Metatron's famous for being a human, and he's one of the least old ones, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because
Now
he's
Yeah.
one of the
here's
newest. He's one of the newest ones. Yeah.
how do we know that?
That's a
How
good
do
point.
we know that?
Where'd you get your information from? Educate us on that. Fill us in,
Give me
Kim.
that 411 on the
Give us the
Metatron.
411. Where did you gain
Cyrus, you know,
Where
it's
did you gain
later
your information
today.
besides conversations with them? What else
So,
have you been doing to learn about
so
angelic-hood?
I have taken a lot of classes over the years. So I started out um, studying with Doreen Virtue, and Doreen has recently left the angelic
The
world,
practice. Yeah.
right, to go, into some other stuff. So I studied with her for a while and then studied with one of her students and then also studied with Christine and Radley Valentine and Kyle Gray and Denise Lynn and, a whole group of people. Um, and so a lot of this is just information that I've gotten from all of these different classes that I've taken, plus having conversations with the angels.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I'm talking to different angels, like I will sometimes so like Archangel Michael, for instance, the colors associated with him, the color is like a blue that's associated with him, but I feel red. I see blue, but I feel hot red, as if I'm having a
And that's a
total heart.
signature of his presence for you. Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool.
If sometimes I'll see a sword. If I'm giving a reading to somebody, I'll see a sword, which is his sigil. Um, and it'll be up there and I'm like, oh, okay, so I might not see blue, I might not feel hot, but I see a sword either over them or in front of them and I know, oh, Archangel Michael is with them.
Classic. Yeah.
So, it's those sorts of things. So I have studied angels, but then I chatted with them.
You can see more about Kim's background and certifications and training on her website, which Iris just popped up a second ago. There it is, rainbowwingsconsulting.com. And you can contact Kim through that website. You can email her. You can, I believe your phone, you have a phone number on there too?
I don't have my phone number listed,
Okay.
just because I also work during the day. So,
Oh, that's true. That's true. But you can email her through there.
yeah,
And
got a
Kim, tell
Facebook
us a little
page.
bit about, what services you offer. Could you tell
Well,
us a little more about that?
sure. I do angel readings for people. I'm actually having a special right now for the month of through the month of December, um,
Yay!
for 20 minutes of a reading for $40. So it's a little bit shorter time, but I figure everybody can use a little angelic
Yeah.
inspiration. So
Especially
trying to
this year.
make it, yeah. So I'd like to make it reasonable for people.
Yeah.
So just let me know you saw the Eyes of Indigo for that special. So,
Yay.
Yay!
so I do angel readings. I do life coaching. I try to marry my life coaching, my angel stuff, my 20 some years of human resources all together into some good information for you. I Let's see, what else do I do? Um, I
Kim is
do
very
community.
intelligent and very compassionate at the same time.
Yes.
She has a unique ability of coming from head and heart at the same time. I'm cutting you off, Kim, for a second because this is relevant information. Um, I'm I do advising and psychic stuff and mediumship and all that for a long time, which is how I met both of these ladies. But um, when I'm stuck, when I need help, when I can't figure something out, Kim is my go-to. Kim helps me. Kim can see things that when I'm stuck, she can see. So I'm basically saying a testimonial that
Thank
even if
you.
you're skilled, I mean, I see a lot of people in the chat talking about, that, they're experiencing angels and out of body stuff and crystals and pendulums and all that. And yes, keep doing that stuff. Kim is an excellent person to move you forward when you get stuck, or just move you forward when you're in a quiet spot, or if you just want to evolve spiritually. I can testify personally that she's very, very wise, and she presents even painful information very, very gently. She's very,
Yeah.
very kind. She's very maternal heart energy.
She's very
Coming from her.
angelic.
Yeah, yeah. Not exactly, not to be too repetitively cliche, but that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
She
So
she walks the walk.
Thank you guys.
clang, ting, ting. We need a cowbell for when we hit something hit somebody on the mark there. More cowbell.
That was a couple of weeks ago.
I know. It don't stop. It don't stop now. Oh
Oh
my goodness.
gosh.
So who do you
I
go to
just
when you know someone
see,
and need
yeah.
a person who does not know you? Um, Lisa Clark Klein says, so who do you go to when you know someone and you need a person who does not know you? Please display Kim's information again, please.
Oh
Thank you.
yes.
Kim, do you ever feel that you are blocked, and what do you do to clear yourself? These are all
I
good
feel
questions.
blocked a
Which one do you
lot.
want? Yeah, Kim, which
Oh,
answer any of them?
so yeah, I feel blocked. There are times when I'm
Mhm.
just like, I shut down sometimes and I take a break and I'll go. The thing that unblocks me the most is kind of when I'm out in the hot tub,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting on the deck or I'm in the water and I'm just relaxing. And then it's like, it just unplugs for me. It's like things just kind of move away. And sometimes I'll just ask for it, like, I'm not getting it. I'm too tired. can you help me? And then I'll start getting messages. Because honestly, sometimes I forget to ask.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I mean, and I do
Yeah.
this, but I forget. Life gets in the way and you start doing day to day stuff and forget. Oh, yeah, the angel said, I still need to keep asking for them to be able to come on in and help me out. So
Because
if
we
you feel
change, so
blocked,
what we want changes, what we wanted to
yeah,
hear is different from here. Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how you're going to be receiving messages is different. So if you're feeling blocked, you won't be stuck forever. Just try to get into a calm place, ask for some help from your angels. You don't have to do any special incantation to invite them in. You can even just say, hey angels, can you come help me?
Yeah.
I have conversations with the angels. I tell them when I'm mad. I swear around the angels. So you don't have to be really,
Be
all,
yourself. Be
yes,
yourself.
yes. Um, so
Yeah.
just feel comfortable talking with the angels. And Lisa, I'm not really sure what your question was about. So are you saying if you want to go and get a reading from someone, but you want to make sure it's somebody that you don't know? Because um, that's perfectly fine. You can find some reputable people. I know I
Your
have,
friends can recommend them. Yeah.
yeah, I have links on my page. I believe I still have people down there. I know Margot does. On her page, she's got resources. But we can always recommend people for you because I know Lisa. So if she's not comfortable coming to me, I can get you to people that I feel comfortable that I would
Sending
recommend.
you to.
Yeah,
Right.
because
Yeah.
I'm not going to send you to somebody who isn't going to do a good job for you. And that's another thing that I want people to remember is you may not hit a vibration with every reader. So if you want a reading and you're like, some people may resonate with my energy, some people may not. We were
They
in,
won't know until they try. Yeah.
yeah, but like we were in our life coaching class together, Margot and me, and um, people who want maternal are going to come to me. People who need a drill sergeant who's not going to let them get away with stuff, they're going to go to somebody other than me. That person would be Sam. Um, but they're not going to come to me because I'm going to say, it's all right, honey, let's go again. We can give it a try instead of, no way, I'm not letting you off the hook. This is what you need to know. So it just
Yeah.
depends on the type of person that you
The
might
type of
meet,
energy that you're looking for and or need.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this has been wonderful, Kim, and
The comments are just
You,
going and going, Kim, if you have a chance to
yeah,
see them.
and it's like, and we only have so much time. We try not to go on and on too long, but it's great information, and love the stories that you shared, and appreciate. Do
And
you
thank
have
you
any?
everyone in the chat for sharing your personal
Yes,
stories and insights and
yes,
experiences in the chat as well. We appreciate that. Thank you for sharing.
yes, yes, and
Sending
so
love and support for everything you're doing, guys. Yeah.
yes. And so be sure, visit her website for more information, and you can find her on Facebook. And it's rainbowwingsconsulting.com. And
And
let's
Iris,
see,
your website is what?
mine is iriscarter.com.
Very good.
Yeah. And just mentioning next week, we're going to talk about some of the experiences and things that I've seen both in paranormal and readings and things and how people get paranoid and how
The effect it has.
the effect it has and how to regain control and recognize that you're in control. So we're gonna, so we've got some stories to tell and some information to share, and hopefully you'll find it entertaining. Also, I want to mention later in December, we're going to do a show. We haven't set the date yet, but we're going to do a show on paganism and Christmas and compare. That's going to be fun. So we've got
what happens at Christmas that's actually based in pagan traditions. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got some
Sort of a
plans
Christmas
ahead.
expose.
Yeah. So yeah, angels we have heard on high. Back
Kim,
away, the lightning bolt's
Kim,
gonna
she
hit.
squeaked you in there, honey. She squeaked you in there.
Oh, but thank you all. Thank you,
Heather.
everyone.
Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Edie and Deanna and Lisa and Angie and Dia and everyone else.
And we greatly appreciate our return,
welcome.
folks. And then for the ones who this was your first time, hope you enjoyed it and that you'll come back. But you can find, like I said, iriscarter.com. There is a page for Eyes of Indigo podcast. We're on Spotify, iTunes, Facebook, and YouTube. And if you just look up Eyes of Indigo podcast, you'll find us. So there you go. So thank you so very much.
And Belinda too. Thank you, Kim. It was good to see you again.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night, ladies. Good night, everyone.